Hi, my name is Keith Roberts. I'm the founder of Zenman, and today I would like to talk to you about failure. I personally have failed many times. Don't be afraid to fail. Some very iconic figures that I'm sure everybody's familiar with have failed epically. Great example, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for not being creative and having no imagination. And Albert Einstein was told by his teachers that he was inept and slow. So don't be afraid to fail. A lot of great people have failed. But in product development, how do we fail intelligently? MVP. We develop something based on a great idea that we have, and we create the minimum viable product, and then we present that to the users, we get it in front of them, we get their feedback, and we iterate on it. As smart as I am, I know that I don't know everything. A little Socrates there, Bill and Ted, right? I'm smart enough to know that when I get into something else, I need to talk to the subject matter experts. I'm great at product development and user experience, but I know nothing about coupons. A great example would be Ibotta, an app that we developed for a local startup. Brian Leach had an idea that he wanted to kill coupons, but we really didn't know what Ibotta was going to become. So before we ever turned on a computer, we spent a lot of time in front of whiteboards, and we spent a lot of time with a Sharpie actually developing paper prototypes. And these paper prototypes and workflows, we took it on the street in front of Rockies games, and we got it in the hands of people that actually use coupons. We asked them if they were users of coupons, and if they were, we presented them with this workflow. When they touched a button that we'd sketched, we moved them to the correct page in the workflow, and we were able to get feedback from those users before we ever spent a minute in Photoshop or Balsamic or Bootstrap actually trying to develop these things. So iterate quickly, fail fast, and with that feedback, you're able to make a much more polished, minimum viable product. You don't develop all the bells and whistles and things that you don't need, waste time in development, waste resources, time to market, and you really get great products by learning from your customers. One really challenging thing for us as creatives is you have to hear your clients, you have to deal with rejection. We have these great ideas, we put a ton of work in these beautiful polished designs, but then when we put it in front of our client, or maybe we put it in front of the target audience, they think it sucks, right? We've actually got to be open enough to hear the feedback. We can't just go through this process to go through the motions. You've got to hear what the customers say, you've got to digest that, and then you might have a really challenging project to solve said problem, but that's why we make, $125, $250, whatever you charge an hour. We make a lot of money to solve those problems for our clients. So here at Zenman, we don't think that we have problem clients. We just have challenging opportunities to solve. The next thing you need to do is be retrospective. In those 2-week sprints or whatever your increments are for your iterative development, you need to look back at what went well, what went wrong, and what was puzzling you, and you need to solve those problems. So here at Zenman, we do that actually as a company, and then at the end of every project, and on a whiteboard just like this, we'll put up a happy face, a smiley face, a puzzler face, or maybe it's a ship with an anchor, or a ship hauling ass, what's moving us forward, what's holding us back, and everybody at the company puts a Post-it note up on the whiteboard with what they're thinking of. And then we go through, identify every single one of these, and we deal with it. We IDS it, we identify it, we discuss it, and we solve that problem. We create action items, we change processes and protocols, and this company runs much smoother because we're retrospective, and we learn from every single, even tiny failure. So, what do you do now? You need to go boldly go, right? Don't be afraid to fail. I like to play a lot of poker. One of my favorite sayings in poker is scared money never wins. So if you shouldn't be gambling with it, you shouldn't put that money on the table. But my next favorite saying is a pair of balls beats everything. In poker, that refers to bluffing, but I think as an entrepreneur, it just refers to having the guts to actually go forth and live your dream. And don't do it from the money. Do it because you love it. But if you really try with lean product development, developing MVP products, and learning from your customers, you're going to succeed. So, cheers.